Hello, hello. Welcome to the daily political astrology and tarot here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers. You have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Again, thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. After the live stream, the questions will all be in the description box. I timestamp them as I go so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. I tried turning the volume up just a tiny bit on the microphone. Let me know if it's any better, or because I thought it was a little quiet, but if it's too much, let me know. DE Warrior Witch, it's my birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Megan. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Yes, indeed. I don't know how much Irish I have in my bloodline, but I have a whole lot of Celtic in my bloodline. My father is a Carrot Top redhead. So that whole area is the thing. So, but anyway, as Sarah would say, y'all, oh my gosh, if I got stuff to share with you today, holy buckets. I have got Trump saying one of the, just when you think you can't despise him more, oh my gosh, do I have him on video saying the most heinous thing? I've got that. His temper tantrum. There's, I forgot to download the images. There's him getting all puffed up and over Europe telling him to go pound sand. Where? Here it is. 85 through 87. Let me download this. And if you were ever wondering why transparent 85 to 87, transparent, download, done. If you were wondering why Pete Hegseth is such a blankety blank, I found his chart and we know his birth time. So, yeah. But there's so much. We're probably going to start with dumpster fire. Things not going so well in the on the whole attacking Iran front. So yeah. I've got a song stuck in my head. Anyway, I don't want to get a copyright strike, but that's what I've got stuck in my head. But first, at 4 minutes in, 4 minutes, 10 seconds. If you have a beverage, I have a completely overfull pot of coffee here. Shall we? We'll start with what Dumpster Fire was dealing with this morning. This is Joe Kent. After much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center, effective today. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no immediate threat to our nation, And it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. It has been an honor serving under the President and DNI Gabbard and leading the professionals at NCTC, the National Counterterrorism Center. Thank you, Joe Kent. Thank you for being a decent human being. Yeah. So you think, well, that's a kick in the teeth of Trump metaphorically. Oh, he made public the whole letter, the whole thing. Not even dear, just President Dumpster Fire. Let me pull it up here so I can read it better. But this is it. From the Director of National Intelligence, the National Counterterrorism Center, President Trump. After much reflection, I've decided to resign from my position as Director of the National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I cannot, in good conscience, support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no immediate threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. I support the values and foreign policies that you campaigned on in 2016, 2020, and 2024. Really? Really, Joe? Okay. Which you enacted in your first term. Until June of 2025, you understood that wars in the Middle East were a trap, robbed America of the precious lives of our patriots, and depleted the wealth and prosperity of our nation. Go on. In your first administration, you understood better than any modern president how to decisively apply military power without getting us drawn into never-ending wars. Okay, we'll let that go. You demonstrated this by blah, 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 by defeating ISIS. Really? Really? Defeating them after you told them you wouldn't, they were fine, you weren't going to do anything to, anyway, we'll let that go. Early in this administration, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media deployed a misinformation campaign that wholly undermined your America First platform and sowed pro-war sentiments to encourage war with Iran. This echo chamber was used to deceive you. Oh, poor Dumpy was deceived. I'm certain he was deceived into this. Deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States, and that should you strike now, there was a clear path to a swift victory. Oh, poor little Diddums. Incapable, Mr. Bigly Manly Man, he's incapable of making his own decisions. Oh, just led astray. This was a lie. Oh, hey, Joe, Trump knows all about lies. All about lies. This was a lie, and is the same tactic the Israelis used to draw us into the disastrous Iraq war that cost our nation the lives of thousands of our best men and women. We cannot make this mistake again. And yet, he has. As a veteran who deployed to combat 11 times, and as a Gold Star husband, oh, thank you, Rhonda. Thank you so much. It really helps. Thank you. As a veteran who deployed combat 11 times, and as a Gold Star husband who lost my beloved wife, Shannon, in a war manufactured by Israel. Sorry, he lost his wife. I cannot support sending the next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people, nor justifies the cost of American lives. I pray that you will reflect upon what we are doing in Iran and who we are doing it for. The time for bold action is now. You honestly, Joe, you honestly think he's going to do anything but hate your guts? You can reverse course and chart a new path for our nation, or you can allow us to slip further toward decline and chaos. You hold the cards. Yes. There is it. There it is. Yes. Yes, he holds the cards. Trump holds the cards in his little tiny hands. It was an honor to serve in your administration and to serve our great nation. Signed, Joseph Kent. Honestly, Joe, you think he's going to do anything but hate your guts? Really? Really? So, the answers are in Trump's hands. What is a dumpster fire of a president to do? Anyway, Visualize 70 says Joe Kent trying to appeal to Dumpy Trump's better nature. Dumpy Trump doesn't have a better nature. Yes. So, yeah, there's this. I'll pull 3 cards on it, but let's face it, this guy is like, I see ya, I am out of here. And if Trump's better nature could be appealed to, why are you leaving? This sounds a lot more like don't come after me. Don't send your cult after me. And also, Joseph Kent voted for Trump 3 times. I supported you in 2016, 2020, and 2024. And guess what, Joe? We told you this would happen, and none of you listened to us. Okay. Well, there's President Dumpy the man. Oh, led astray. It's like spinning a wheel. You never know. This poor, weak-minded Trump. He just led astray. Please. This guy really believes this. He really believes that Trump has been led astray. That is called a cult mentality. And somehow, Trump is supposed to be okay, now please correct me. I'm going to use a term here, and I think it's the right term, but I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I mean no harm. Isn't there a term? Is it like Ubermensch? Like the Superman? Is that the right thing, or am I thinking of something else? I hope I have no intention of offending anybody, but besides Trump and Joe Kent. But you think Trump is all that? And now you're out in the cold. And yeah, he's going to come for you. And he's going to send MAGA after you. And he's going to be super mad. Duh. He's the bad guy. Duh. Beastman says you got it right. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, boy. Okay. Yes, indeed. Poor, pitiful Trump. Poor me. Thank you. That's what I was going for, Amy. Thank you. Ubermensch. Nietzsche's concept of a human who transcends conventional morality and societal limitations to create their own values and fully affirm life. Yes. That's what they think Trump is. Okay, anyway. But this is not the only thing Trump is focused on today. And at 14 minutes, 30 seconds, this is specifically from Deb, brought this in. Oh, Shannon, thank you so much. I echo the sentiment. Your live streams give me a much needed chuckle and dose of sanity in the cluster F. administration's timeline. Thank you. Thank you so much. 15 minutes. That was good. All right. Well, here's the thing. Dumpster Fire decided to have a meltdown. And let me see if the video is here, because, wow. Pick a struggle. No, it's not here. Okay. So anyway, let me change over. The upshot can be summarized here. Trump is all mad. He's really mad. Trump is really, really mad that Europeans and others are telling him to go get stuffed. So he asked all these countries to help with Iran. Update on the Hormuz coalition as of yesterday. France rejected, Germany rejected, Italy rejected, Spain rejected, UK rejected, Japan rejected, Norway rejected, Canada rejected, Australia rejected, China no response, Netherlands no response, South Korea no confirmation. No. So in his meltdown, exactly, Deb, time to call him a ambulance. Yes. So he had a meltdown and just completely contradicted himself of, they're not helping us. We don't need anybody. We don't need help. We don't need anybody's help. And they're not helping, and we need help. We need help, but we don't need help. We need help, but we don't need help. Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle, Trump. Cindy says King Charles canceled his visit to the White House. I'm not a big fan of Charles, but every once in a while. Now I can explain some of the astrology. We'll get to that in a minute, but Pam says, what the heck, honestly, what the heck did he think was going to happen when you tariff the heck out of everyone? Oh, yeah. You completely isolate the country. America first, America alone. And then you don't have any allies when you need them. Shocking. Oh, and speaking of President Dum Dum, I know I've got a little clip of something he said. Oh, we can cover that next. Oh my gosh. It will get there. Anyway, right now, it's not going so well. It's really not great. The institutions, yeah, we'll be keeping our stuff over here. And these countries are united. So yeah, go ahead, have fun. You and Israel, go ahead. Whoa. Yeah. Well, fine, America will go alone. Well, I mean, I guess you don't have a choice, do you? You just join in that. It isn't a matter. Look, please don't misunderstand me. Supporting the Israeli people, that's not cultish. It's not. Supporting people is not bad. Supporting authoritarian governments who are, excuse the term, hell-bent on cruelty, that's no, we're not doing that. There is nothing inherently wrong with any Jewish person, any Muslim person, any Christian person, any agnostic person, any atheist. There's nothing inherently wrong with any group. Individual people are people, individuals. And there are people who have chosen to be in league with Kushner and Netanyahu. Honestly, I don't think Trump cares. Honestly, he cares because Kushner's there. And he thinks he sees dollar signs. And so when I get this cult card here, it's not saying that, oh, it's bad. Every Israeli is bad. No. And I hope that people will look at the US and say not every American is like Trump. Please. So, Bill Book Candle, hello. How's the Chicago weather today? 20 degrees Fahrenheit and very few clouds. Beautiful blue sky. And I'm sure they, once again, dyed the Chicago River downtown green, which I am very much against. I know the whole talk about, oh, it doesn't do any harm, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you make an entire body of water green. Why? It's not good. Quit it. But that's just me. Anyway, Goral says the king hasn't canceled the trip, but people say he should. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. Cindy says I read this morning he did. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, all right. So, wow. On your own, Dumpy, aren't you? Now, before we go back to, no, it isn't already. Actually, Lena, no, the Chicago River isn't already green. It really isn't. So, anyway. Yeah, anyway. All right. I would like to share something with you. Let me go back to this over here. Oh man, this is a kicker. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, hasn't Gavin Newsom come out and said he is dyslexic? Is that true? I believe so. And I know lots of people who are dyslexic. Luckily, I am not, but there, but for the grace of genetics go I, I have my other issues, but that is not one of them. But I have many issues of my own. Fair enough. Sage, Valerie says, Sage, follow Sage the Scales Tarot. She's really great. Thank you, Valerie. And Deb says yes as well. Okay. Yes, he did. Okay. But that's all it is. It's just dyslexia. He's not hampered in any other way, to the best of my knowledge, right? Amy says he's dyslexic. It's not a big deal these days. Exactly. Who cares? I know people who are, what's the word? There's a word for it, where you switch numerals as well. It's a slightly different word. So, right? Okay. But that's it, right? That's the only issue. Am I correct in that? Okay. The president of this United States at, let's say, 23, I don't know where to put it. I'll just stick it up here. Let's say 23 minutes in. Trump, Newsom. And of course, there's new scum all the time, but whatever. Okay. I'll take this down for a second and share. Wow. Oh, where did I put it? Isn't it right here? it's right there. Come on, computer, work with me here. There it is. All right, this idiot. All right, so you should be able to hear it when I hit the play button. All right, here we go.
Gavin Newsom has admitted that he has learning disabilities. Honestly, I'm all for people with learning disabilities, but not for my president. I think a president should not have learning disabilities, okay? And I know it's highly controversial to say such a horrible thing. The president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia, everything about him is dumb. Gavin Newsom has admitted that he has learning disabilities.
So, just letting everybody know that dyslexia is a learning disability, and if you have dyslexia, you are dumb, according to the President of these United States. Ron says that is a gross picture. Oh, him, he's disgusting. Oh, Sage says we have a new president. I don't know what you mean. I wish. Yes, thank you, Lois. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Lois, yeah. I think our president shouldn't be yeah. Pedophilia. 100 left. The sky is to see the sky. Yeah. Wow. Valerie, yes, who might also have his own learning disability. Oh, yeah. Chris Cole says Gavin Newsom is the president of the United States. Whatever. Did he call Gavin the president? I honestly, I'll be honest with you. I think that's a little bit of a stretch because I think he did mean if he became president. I don't have an issue with that part. I really don't. Hello, lucky girl. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you're here. What email address have you been using to send me stuff? I can't find it. office@bookartmedia.com is the best way to get hold of me. So thank you. And it does matter that you send me stuff. I haven't been able to see anything. Anyway, okay. Please tell me he's going to be held accountable for this. Please tell me that, just seriously, spread this far and wide. Please spread this far and wide that he said this. If you have dyslexia or any learning disability, you are dumb, according to President Dumpster Fire. Yeah, we've gone beyond that stupidity. You moron. Sorry, this really makes me angry. I mean, I know not to think that there is any kind of bottom, that there is any limit to how heinous this man can be. And I've always prided myself on not hating anybody. I can despise people with every fiber of my being, but I've always prided myself on being the kind of person that if the boat sank and I was in the lifeboat, that I would pull everybody in. But when it comes to Trump, I'm not sure. I think I would. I probably would. But I think he would just as easily pull me out to get in. There's not a doubt in my mind. He would just, whatever he could get on, and just pull me right in for leverage. He's so awful. And hey, Republicans, you support this jerk. It's not helping. Yes, Joyce, remember when Biden met the kid with the stutter? Yeah, apparently there were a couple of dozen young men specifically who had stutters, who he apparently talked to directly. He would, give their parents his phone number, and he would, which I think is, in the past there have been more boys than girls that stuttered, but I think, to keep everything above board and nobody could accuse him of anything, it was only young men that he would talk to on the phone. But he would talk to them and he would try to help them and boost them up because he too had a stutter. Yeah. Jennifer says he would throw in the whole country to save his own rear end. Yes. Cases can't do it. He would pull everyone else out of the boat. Yeah. Yep. So, whew. Dun, 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 Gavin Newsom said, to every kid with a learning disability, don't let anyone, not even the President of the United States, bully you. Dyslexia isn't a weakness, it's your strength. Ding! It will not stop you, it will not hinder you from having potentially a wonderful life. Oh no. Okay, that is the one you're using. Okay, lucky girl. I'll double check. Okay. So anyway, just when I thought, just when there was just a possibility, just the slightest possibility, Trump could not be more awful. And did you see the look on his face? He thinks this is just a slam dunk. And he loves to put people down. He loves to kick people while they're down. Absolutely loves it. Do you see the glee that people who do what do you call it, body language, they talk about duper's delight when people lie, and if you look close, the really awful people lie, you'll see just a quick flash, it's a micro expression of like glee that they're getting away with something. Did you see how gleeful he was in his eyes? That he has a way to grind down on Gavin Newsom. Pathetic. He is a sadist, Mayor. Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway. Ugh. Anyway, okay, there's more. Not more of that, thank heavens. I wanted to talk to you for just a second about pretty Pete Kegsbreath. At 33 minutes in, I had a look at this person's chart. It turns out we do have a birth time for him. He was born June 6th, 1980 in Minneapolis. All right, our current Secretary of War, pretty Pete Kegsbreath, Secretary of War. Okay. The biggest thing in his chart, you have to understand, the thing that's jumping out of everything in his chart is he has Neptune in his first house. And since we are still in, Neptune right now is barely moving, so it's stationed, nearly stationed. It's not moving much. And so you get a whole lot of fog. And Neptune, I love Neptune because, for art, for all kinds of art, the art, the spirituality, Neptune can be absolutely beautiful, but it can also just be awful. It can be propaganda. It can be making everything nebulous. It was so hard to nail down facts in the first, all the way along through Trump's years. And when he got in there, and it would just be lies. It would just be garbage. And he got away with it. And it's like, doesn't the truth matter? That right there, my friends, that is Neptune. Neptune was in its own sign. So it was just letting all the fog hang out. Pete Hegseth has Jupiter in his first house. And your first house is how you present yourself. That's your body. That's your presentation. Your ascendant is at the beginning of the first house. It's how you present yourself. Basically, it can be like I can think of, right off the top of my head, I can think of an actor, of a very successful actor who has Neptune in his first house. He can project into all these different fictional characters. That's it. It's right there. He can easily use that fog, use that art for his, for what he does for a living. Great. The thing is, if you have a super, super strong Neptune, you have to be careful because Neptune also rules things like, let's just say, I have to be careful what I say on YouTube, shrug addictions. Being addicted to shrugging. Yeah, you have to be careful about that. But someone like Kegsbreath, he's not embodying the artist. He's embodying what he thinks he should be, project an image. And so because of some other stuff in his chart, he's gone for this, now I'm secretary of, I was defense. No, I'm supposed to be secretary of war. I'm going to present myself. I am the warrior patriot image. Okay, so he's got the projecting, which is, you'll find all that, there are some people in certain professions who, certainly in front of the camera, you'll find a very heavy Neptune somewhere usually. Here's the thing though. On this whole first house, how he presents himself, this whole fake, and his is, what is his ascendant? I don't have the chart here, but anyway, his first house, he has Neptune. So how he's presenting himself. So what you see the image, the facade. But here's the thing, back here in the 12th house, this is all the way, this is the first sign, Aries, and then it goes all the way around into Pisces, which is the last sign. And this is known as the hidden house. It's kind of like one foot on the other side. This is where you get, and this is ruled by Neptune. This is where you get your spirituality. This is where you get your institutions. Yeah. He has Uranus in hidden, and it's hidden. So Uranus, the rule breaking, the explosive, bolts out of the blue, rule breaking, revolutionary, can be on the good side, it's revolutionary. On the other side, it would be just destructive for the sake of being destructive. And that's the hidden part. And that explains a lot. His sun is over here in the 7th house of the other. This can be where you get your relationships and the others in your life. This is you. This is the other. If you're going to get married, this is a good thing to look at about marriage or partnership. If you want to have a business partner, this is partnership. But this is also open enemies. And his sense of self is in this house, which, if you're a paranoid jerk, makes you an even bigger paranoid jerk. Oh, lovely. Yeah, thank you, Raymond. Thank you. Kegsbreath got fired from the National Guard in 2021 because of his tattoos. Really? Oof, I hadn't looked at... Yes, Marin, exactly. Going back to what we were talking about. Yes, extremely intelligent, advanced degrees, high salaries, very successful. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, so uh, he has the sun and his Venus over here. And because of the open enemy side, he likes having an enemy. Hang on. And it's also maybe why there's some other stuff here. I'm trying to just like not just like bury you in. I've already talked enough a lot about this. He embraces the idea of enemies, having an opponent, always having an opponent. But Venus in his chart was retrograde when he was born. So his sense of what he loves, how he loves, what he likes is a little too inward facing. And there are people who have these things that choose the high road. He doesn't. But his moon is exactly square this, so it's causing friction there too. And it's just, he's got a Pisces moon, which is very sensitive, so you get overcompensating. He's got a huge stellium up here in Virgo, when it's bad, persnickety Virgo up here in his 10th house of career. But it's that Neptune. It's that projection. He's as fake as a $3 bill. He really is. And so he projects this, I'm going to be Mars, the soldier. It's actually square, so grinding up against the sun, his sense of self, which the note I made here was career aggression, identity built on opposition, and that Mars in the sky is squaring his ascendant, so he's not looking real great right now. Does he ever? So, like I said, I just wanted to throw some things in there, but it helps when you see certain politicians, it helps to know some key things about their charts because what they're doing suddenly makes more sense. Like with Trump, his sun, his sense of self, is up in his 10th house, his career. And his what he's here to do is right there, his North Node. But Uranus, the one who breaks the rules for fun, who can, if they choose the low road, they're the anarchist. It's fun to blow things up. It's fun to think outside the box in a negative way. Can be in a positive way for most people, but no, for him, it's right there. He loves the chaos. And yes, he has his ascendant and his Mars in Leo right there, which is why he just plasters everything in gold. The palace, this king, the center of all, me, I. That's what happens when Leo goes bad. But you get the gilded palace. It's how he presents himself and his masculinity, what there is of it. But it's really that sense of self together with that I break the rules fun, garbage at the top. That explains, those are like the two most important things you need to know about Donald Trump. And then suddenly a lot of what he does makes sense. Well, with Kegsbreath, it's going to be that Neptune in that first house. It's going to be that projection. Listen, in the back of your head, just every time somebody brings up pretty Pete Kegsbreath, just hear that projector scrolling up in the back of your head. Projecting, image. And at some point, one of these days, we'll talk about Ted Cruz, who's the big thing with him is his Chiron, the wound that will not heal, is a very bad aspect to his sun, a very difficult aspect to his sun, I should say. And he doesn't handle it or try to grow, or so he's always got this kind of weaselly energy about him. So what happens when you don't work on your inner self, your wounds? Yeah, you just come across as this kind of slimy, smarmy. Yeah. Lewis says, let's not. Okay, anyway. That was that. Okay. So I wanted you to be aware of that. And there was a reason I brought him up specifically. We covered that. Oh, here we go. At 40, Army Major General Randy Manor stated that, I like how Deb put this, Hogsbutt can face charges of war crimes, and that if Dumbo pardons him, he can face war criminal charges. Will Hogsbutt face war crimes charges? Yeah. Visualize Stephanie says, my son is in the 6th house. So is mine. Raymond says, Ted Cruz is a bad aspect. Agreed. But yeah, war crimes. Devil. Evidence. Yeah. Yep. Yes, Shannon, what's funny is none of them has a spine, yet they think they're these ultra macho alphas. Yeah, Peaceful, here we go. Peaceful fan puppy lover. I'm amazed at all these Gemini men. I've known my fair share of Gemini men. They weren't so aggressive. It depends what else is in their chart, how they express it. But there are certain signs that are kind of notorious for when they go bad, they go really bad. Scorpios probably have the worst reputation in all the zodiac. Hi. Sorry. But Gemini, especially Gemini men, for some reason, when they go bad, oh, it's really bad. But when they're good, they're amazing communicators, lively minds, great stuff. So, there we go. And yeah, it does depend on what else is in your chart. So hey, Mr. Macho Man, our Secretary of War. So, war crimes? No, he should be, but no. No, it's it would be considered just a poor choice during aggression or whatever. Yeah, but all the damage he's done, he just blunders along. But, and then there are 2 pages, he's childish. He's never grown up. And just because people have grown up things or do grown up things doesn't mean they've grown up. Selfish, childish. Yeah, but I don't have him facing war crimes. So, yeah. Whew. Yes. 4 wagon tails. Macho sham. Wait, that was totally off key. Macho. Gonna be a macho man. Macho sham. Yes, I think it's because the key is right in the difficult place for me. But yes, macho sham. Hegs is just a macho sham. Yes, I'm sorry. I destroyed the singing part of that, but yes, he is a macho sham. Yeah. I don't think he's going to do much, though. DL says machismo is very ugly. Yes. Yep. Oh, wow, Cindy, your sister has sun, moon, and ascendant in Scorpio. Wow. That sounds like somebody who could withstand anything. Just like all the concentration of plutonium. Traditionally. I don't know what your sister's like, but yeah. No, he's just going to continue to support. Okay, this is as things come along. Queen of Wands, Trump is the King of Wands, so he's supporting that even in the middle of this absolute disaster, and it gives a lot of power to Democrats. That's what I'm getting. So, yeah. Oh, wonderful, Nettie. My dad was a beautiful, great Gemini, not selfish, disrespectful, or self-absorbed. He was family first, and his compass was serving his Lord in all good things. I'm so lucky he was not that awful, not like the awful. And I'm so glad you had that. And that is, yes, like I said, Gemini can be amazing. Or, like every other sign, it can go bad. You can take the high road or the low road. So, I'm sorry, Carol. I'm so sorry. Bless you. Bless you. Okay. We still have a bit of time, and we've got a lot. There's more ground to cover. All right. We covered the asking allies for warships in the Strait of Hormuz, and our allies, his allies, saying, "Yeah, forget it." Having a quick look. And Saturn in Aries, where it is in the sky, is squaring Jupiter and Cancer in the 8th house in the US chart. So Jupiter's expansion, and Cancer is the home front, the home, the hearth, our group, right? And Jupiter should make that, yes, we embrace. But Saturn in Aries, which is militaristic, has a militaristic bent, is grinding up against that Jupiter. And so it's shutting that down. It's like, okay. There's a ceiling on coalition support and resources for broader action. How's that for a note? And one could, okay, so yeah, and the Pisces fog is affecting Trump too. Okay, see, I'm trying not to get bogged down, or bog you down rather. So we will move on to these are kind of related at 54 minutes in. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr threatened to revoke licenses from broadcasters for spreading what he called hoaxes and distortions about the Iran war. Critics warn this is a direct attack on press freedom. Do you think? Maybe a little? Just. Yeah. Trump said the U.S. media outlets could face serious legal risk for publishing information he claims they know are false. He's such a liar. He's such a liar. You know it's false. You know it's false. No. You're just saying that, trying to, in a pathetic, childish way, trying to just say, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Please. It poses a danger to the country, right? And Dumpy went on a rant on his social media demanding let's just say, the death penalty. I'll just mention the death penalty of entertainment only YouTube for media outlets who reported on the Iran war that contradicted his narrative on what's going on. Oh, he's completely fine. Oh, his mental faculties aren't falling apart at all. Yeah. So, the bottom of the chart, the third house, the third wedge. On a clock face, it would be the wedge that on a clock would like where the 6 is going toward the 7. That's the third house in astrology. And in the US chart, Pluto is an Aquarius moving through the third house toward the US South Node. And you're like, what does that mean? Well, third house is the press, controlled by Gemini. This one right here is the yellow thing, right here. That's third house. That's Gemini. And Pluto in the sky is going through our third house. And that third house is the press, it's communication, all of that. So Pluto has an authoritarian bent. It just does. It kicks everything up. It knocks down everything that isn't strong. But I know Pluto rules Scorpio, and I'm a Scorpio, but Pluto has some issues. I think we've talked about this before. Pluto wasn't hugged enough as a child or something. Really, really likes the authoritarian stuff. Ick. So trying to consolidate power, but it is in Aquarius. So, and the U.S. has done this before. Alien and Sedition Acts, World War I Espionage Act, HUAC. So the more Pluto moves toward that south node, it's a pull for the country to revert back to bad habits. Now, will this happen now? Legal rationale vague. Pressure being applied to the founding framework. And then down here, sorry, I'm just having a quick look through my notes. Basically what my notes are saying overall is good old foggy Neptune. P. Smith Tudor didn't get enough hugs as a child. Oh, we've talked about Pluto before on the channel, and after explaining everything about it, that was the general consensus in the chat. Was Pluto not hugged enough as a child? Yeah. That's true, Warrior Witch. Pluto's just pushing that up into the light so we can see it and deal with it. That's true. That is absolutely true. And we definitely see it when Pluto's going through something. But anyway. And again, every planet, every sign has a good side, but man, they've got bad sides too. So right now, what's going on is the whole fog of war. It isn't fog of war. I just said that because it's a phrase and my brain just went, oh, I know what the rest of that is. No, just fog. Neptune's just, if I was doing the astrological weather, the overlays yesterday and for a few days would be just dense fog. So what's going to happen with this? Not much right now. And there's a whole lot of talk going on right now that isn't going to amount to anything. he absolutely wants to hem people in, and he wants them to hem themselves in voluntarily. Secrets must be kept, controlling resources. Yeah, here's the thing though. Yeah, you can have whatever plan you want, but the reality is we have press freedoms. We have hope and press freedom. So you can plan whatever you want. And it's just doing stupid stuff like this that just gives more power to Democrats. How badly do you want to lose the midterms? I mean, wow. You're really just trying to sink your own party's possibilities just into the Marianas Trench. Is that? Ugh. That's true, Bern. Historians are going to have a heyday writing about this time in history. Oh yeah. Anyway, I think Democrats are going to gain more power before they can do the worst of the worst. And yes, Chris, we'll release the rest of the Epstein files. Let's do that. Yes, thank you, B. Smith. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you. Thank you. It's a war. What the heck do you expect? People just go, okay, no. And then you end up on the defensive, and more power goes to Democrats. Because we didn't want war anyway, and it's Biden who actually did something about it. You were in office for 4 years, and you did both diddly and squat to get us out of Afghanistan. But Biden actually did it. Anyway, all right. We've gone through the news. I hope it wasn't too much astrology today. It was actually, I don't know that it was so much astrology. There was so much today. It was really hard to organize ahead of time to get everything lined up so I could put it to you as clearly as I want to. I have Saturn on my ascendant. I really want it to be easy for you to digest. I have Saturn on my Gemini ascendant. I want you to be able to say, yes, and I'll take some of that, and I'll take some of that, and everything is just so. I'm doing what I can, but anyway. Oh, Raymond, throw that in. You can always throw that in before I come on. So, all right. Big breath out. Your nervous system is set up, so if you take twice as long to breathe out as you do to breathe in, it will calm down your nervous system. That's how we evolved. I don't know why. It's just how it is. Warrior Witch, did I hear cats knocking over silverware in the background? No, I think that's Dad putting away stuff from the dishwasher. Anyway, all right. Oh, thank you. All right, so so that's going to do it for today. But at 3 o'clock, I'll be over in Creative Sprints as always. You're always welcome. And I will be right back here tomorrow. I'm here every day, every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday. I've been here for over 6 years. So we're going to get through this together. You're not alone. There's always a community here for you every single day. And we're going to make it. We're going to make it. You're not alone. We're in this together. And there are good days ahead. All right, so take care. All right, and as always, I'll see you later. All right, bye.